Good morning, sir.
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 Good morning to all.
Sir, new chapter today.
Wait. There are two small things yet to be covered. Inflection.
So what are we doing today?
Relax. We'll do some. Now, if you people remember, the last example we dealt with was a system where applying a force on this. And the lower surface was smooth. All the examples we have taken come into two cases. Either all are moving together or A is moving with an acceleration, B, C are moving together. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All are moving together or B, C are moving together. One of the student even asked at the end of the class, can we take an example where B slides on C? So I thought if we adjust numbers properly, there will be an example where B slides on C. That was what I told her also. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In fact, yesterday I just sat down for 5 minutes to think of numbers where B will slide on C.
Yes, sir.
It immediately stuck to me that will never happen.
Okay.
Why? You have taken the lower surface smooth. Even for the slightest on B, even for the slightest force on B, this if you are calling F2, the moment you represent any small value of F2, both will start moving together. There is no friction here in the first place. That's where
Yes, sir. On C, there is no resistance to stop the force.
there is no resistance to stop the slightest value of the force which acts also, it will start moving along with B. Unless I give friction at the lower surface, B and C will always be moving together.
Yes, sir.
Because the lower surface is smooth. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I need to deal with at least one more case in this situation. I'll take numerical examples. I'll give you people 5 minutes to attempt just to see how you people attempt it. Not that I am sure that you people will be able to attempt. No, you may not be able to solve it, but at least give a fair try. This is 1 kg, this is 1 kg, and again this is 1 kg. Now here I am applying a force of F to the middle block. Here mu is 0.1, here mu is 0.4, here mu is 0.2. What is the minimum value of F for which the system will be maximum value of F for the system to move together? What value of F will there be slipping between A and B? What value of F there will be slipping between B and C? Mu is 0.1, 0.4 and 0.2.
Sir, a similar problem was there in second exercise which you had asked us to solve.
Okay. Now, will you attempt or should I dismiss?
Sir, we are
Sir, we will
attempting.
attempt.
Sir, wait.
Can you repeat the question again?
Sir, we'll try.
What is the maximum value of f for which all three are moving together? What is the value of f at which A will start sliding on B? Value of f for which B will start sliding on C? Right? I'll give you 10 minutes. It's not an easy problem, but I'll give you 10 minutes.
Sir, are you checking chat?
Yeah. Quite a few correct answers, quite a few wrong answers are typed. Right. I'll give you 2 more minutes. People who are attempting, please attempt. I'll give you some more time. The others, wait a minute. First, you will draw the free body diagram of B on which external force is applied. Friction on both surfaces will try to oppose the acceleration of B.
Yes, sir.
Friction
Yes.
above and friction below will try to oppose the acceleration of B. F1L, how much will this be? 0.2 into 3G, this is 6 Newton.
6 Newton.
F2L, where do I write? F2L will be 0.4 into 2G, this will be 8 Newton.
8 Newton.
Eight
Yes,
Newton.
sir.
F3L will be 1 Newton.
Yes, sir. 1.
These are the
Yes,
limiting values.
Yes, sir.
If the 3 blocks were to have common acceleration, it should
F
be
minus 6 by
F minus 6 divided by 3 meter per second square. This is the first situation. If F is less than 6 Newton, acceleration is 0. Now I have to deal with F greater than 6 Newton. First step, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we want to find out sliding between B and C. Sliding between B and C. I'm finding out the sliding condition. Sliding between B and C. B and C. Right? To
Yes.
start with the sliding condition of B and C, I'll make an assumption which may be right or which may be wrong.
Yes,
What is
sir.
the assumption? I'll first take F3 to be limiting value. Right? I'll take F3 to be limiting value. C. I'm finding out the sliding condition between B and C. So I'll find out F2 and find out if F2 is greater than the limiting or lesser than the limiting value. Right?
Yes.
But to deal with that, F3 I don't know. So first I'm taking F3 to be the limiting value. F minus F3 limiting minus F2 is 1 into A. F minus F3 limiting
Yes, sir.
B and C.
Sir, otherwise we can take the free body of C, no?
हाँ
We
sir.
take all
F2
three.
minus F.
We take all three. Wait a minute.
all three will have to.
1 second. Between B and C, I'm finding out the limit sliding condition between B and C. F3 will reach. Okay, either way it doesn't matter. A and B. F3 is equal to 1A. Watch out for this. Wait. I'll take the limiting value here and I will start first. F3, keep it as it is. F12, first F minus F12 minus F3 is 1 into A. Right, for this, F3 is 1 into A. Right, for this, F12 minus F1L is 1 into A. All three equations are they right?
Yes, sir.
Why did you take
Yes, sir.
F1L? Because you took F greater than 6. F2L, you're finding out the sliding condition. Right? You're finding out the sliding condition. So F minus the limiting value of friction minus F3 should be 1 into A.
Yes.
F3 is 1 into A. F2L minus F1L is 1 into A.
Yes, sir. Yes.
How much am I getting A from here?
So you mean F, right?
How much will I get A from here?
Sir, A is 2.
A is 2 meter per second square. That is A common. F3, how much am I getting?
Sir, 2.
2
Again.
Newton. And what is F3L?
One Newton.
Possible.
Listen carefully to this statement. This is important. What did you take F2 as?
Limit.
By the time
Eight.
F2 reached the limiting value, F3 already crossed the limiting value.
Yes, sir.
Listen carefully. The statement is important. You have taken F2 limiting value. How much did you take? You took this to be 8.
Yes.
F1L, you took it to be 6. F2, you took it to be 8. Right? You calculated F3. And you got capital F to be how much from this? You will get it as 12 Newton. Listen carefully to the statement and meaning of this analysis. You took F2 to be the limiting value. You were increasing capital F from 6 to 12. By the time you reached 12, this reached the limiting value of friction, but by then F3 already crossed the limiting value of friction.
Yes.
I repeat, this statement is very important. From 6 Newton, you are increasing the external force to 12 Newton. By the time you reach 12 Newton, I reached the limiting value of friction here. But by then, F3 already reached the limiting value. That means A will slide
Yes.
on B before B slides on C.
Yes. Sir.
Yes.
That means A will slide on B before B slides on C. By the time F2 reached F2L, F3 already crossed F3L. Implies before B slides on C, A slides on B. Implies A slides on B before B slides on C. This point, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, we can't see that.
Yes, sir.
Fi was increasing from 6 to 12. When I reached 12, I reached the limiting value of friction here. But by then, limiting value of friction I crossed. So I know one information right now. A slides on B before B slides on C.
Yes.
This analysis is important.
Sir, so they will never move together.
Relax. I did only one part of the analysis. Right? First of all, take it down till here. This is case 1 of the analysis.
Yes, sir.
Sir, shouldn't F be 10 Newton?
Calculate and see, are you getting 10 Newton here?
No, sir, 12.
बंदा हमें हमारे साथ क्यों खेल रहा है? I
Sir,
didn't
we
do the
reached this
calculation.
conclusion. Sir, we reached this conclusion because F3 is coming out to be greater than its limiting value, right?
When I put limiting value here, the friction I am getting here is 2 Newton greater than 1 Newton. That means by the time I reach the limiting value here, this already crossed the limiting value.
Okay, because it cannot be 2 Newton, right?
It cannot be 2 Newton. But see, you are not catching the point which I am emphasizing on. It cannot be 2 Newton, right? Understood. By the time I am increasing capital F from 6 to 12 Newton. By the time I reached the limiting value of friction here, I crossed the limiting value of friction.
Okay.
So that means before I reach the limiting value here, A already started sliding on
B.
Is that
Said, sir.
very clear?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
got
sir.
it. Yes.
This one single statement is very, very, very important for the analysis. I dealt with sliding between B and C. To deal with sliding between B and C, I took F2 to be the limiting value. I dealt with sliding between B and C. So I assumed that but for a certain force, B will reach its sliding on C. That means F2 should be taken as the limiting value. And then I calculated F3. I already crossed the limiting value in F3 by the time I reached capital F is 12.
Sir, so when a force of 12 Newton is applied, what will be the actual friction acting on A? Since it cannot...
Till I complete the analysis, you cannot jump to conclusions.
Okay.
All I could understand here is, I don't say 12 Newton is my confident measure because I have taken limiting value here. Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
all I know right now from this information is, by the time B starts to slide on C, A is already sliding on B. That's all. That's the only info I have got as on date. Till I solve case 2.
Done, sir.
Now, if I want to deal with the sliding condition between A and B, I will take F3 limiting value.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, to deal with sliding between A and B, what will your dynamic equations be? F minus F2 minus F3 limiting is 1 into A. F3 limiting is 1 into A. Right? I don't need the third equation, but yet F2 minus F1 limiting is 1 into A. F3 limiting kitna hai? 1. F3 limiting is 1. F1 limiting is 6. How much are you getting F2 as? 9 Newton. A is 1 meter per second square. Sorry, F2 I am getting 7 Newton. Capital F I will get 9 Newton. by the time I reached limiting value, I cross-verified my previous statement. By the time I am reaching the limiting value here, I have not reached the limiting value here. F2 is only 7. So when A starts sliding on B, B is not yet sliding on C. So A starts sliding on B when capital F is 9 Newton. B is yet not sliding on C. For B to slide on C, F2 should reach 8 Newton. F2 has reached only 7 Newton here. So I have two conditions right now. If I apply a force less than 6 Newton, none of the blocks will move.
Yes, sir.
From 6 Newton to 9 Newton, all three
All
blocks are
together.
moving together.
Yes, sir.
When I reach 9 Newton, which block slides first?
A.
A on B.
A will slide on B. Now I again have to redo for a condition for greater than 9. Don't stick to 12. Now 12 is no more of any importance for me. Right? Now beyond 9, what will happen? Will be analyzed. Take it down till here. Convince yourself of this logic. To find the condition, sliding condition between A and B. To find the sliding condition between A and B, F3 I took the limiting value. I put the equation for all three. I get capital F is 9 Newton. But I should verify F2. F2 I am getting 7 Newton, lesser than the limiting value. So by the time I reached the limiting friction between A and B, I yet didn't reach the limiting friction between B and C.
Sir, but at 12 Newton, B will slide on C, right?
Relax,
No,
you have
now
to cross
after we
verify
have
now.
taken
Wait,
limiting value of this करना.
At 9 Newton, this reached the limiting value, but this didn't reach the limiting value. So when I apply 9 Newton, A will slide on B. B and C are moving together at 9 Newton. Somebody is asking, why are you taking the limiting value of F1 in both the cases? If F is greater than 6, this is limiting. If F is greater than 6, this is limiting. You are assuming all three blocks are sliding. Tell me when I can rub the board.
Yes, sir.
So
Start.
2 minutes. Yes, sir. Now you can run.
So now I know one thing for sure. When I apply 6 Newton, all three blocks are moving together. 6 to 9 Newton. 6 to 9 Newton, all three blocks are moving together. I cross 9, A will slide on B.
Yes, sir.
At what value will B slide on C? I will have to find out. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Now that you are applying a force greater than 9 Newton, at what value will B slide on C? Now watch out for this. First equation is F minus 2 limiting, 3 limiting is 1 into, I'll call it A1. B is going with an acceleration of A1. I took limiting here, limiting here. Why did you take limiting here? Because F is greater than 9 Newton, for sure A is slipping on B,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right? F3L, I will take as 1 into A. This and this need not have the same acceleration. A is slipping on B. So I take A here and I'm taking A1 here. Do you agree with that? Because F is greater than 9, A is already slipping here. I'll call it AA,
Yes, sir.
right? A is already slipping on B. So acceleration here is FAA. And which I know, directly you can calculate. F3L is 1 Newton. So A is 1
Yes, sir.
Yes,
meter
sir.
per second square. Now come to this. F2L minus F1L is equal to 1 into A1. B and C I have taken the same acceleration. And I put the limiting value of F2. I
Yes,
want to
sir.
know that value of F for which this will reach the limiting value. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Value of capital F is greater than 9. So this is already the limiting value. Now for what value of F will B slide on C means I should take the limiting value of F2.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Solving this is quite easy. A is 1 meter per second square. A1, tell me how much are you getting? F2L you will substitute as 8 Newton. F3L you will substitute as 1 Newton. F2L you will substitute as 8 Newton, 6 Newton. How much is A1 turning out to be?
2.
Meter per second.
2 meter per second square. And then what will capital F turn out to be?
11 Newton.
And not?
12 Newton.
So look at the complete history. Till 6 Newton, all three blocks are at rest.
Yes, sir.
6 to 9 Newton के बीच में A is sliding on B.
Sir, no, all are moving together, right?
All are moving together, right? Hey, 6 to
Yes, sir.
Sir, 9 पे slide करना चालू होता है.
right. Beyond 9, A is sliding on B. B and C are moving together.
Yes, sir.
Beyond 11, B is sliding on C.
Yes, sir.
This is the toughest problem in friction. You
Sir, एक बार
need
फिर से
to go through this
summary बोल
फिर से समझाने के लिए मेरे लिए एक दिक्कत है.
सर summary last वाला.
Summary कैसा करूं?
six.
फिर I rub 3 boards I will have to cover.
तू recording देख लेना ना.
Recording नहीं. अभी go through the class notes once again. I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll keep you for me to write again all the 3 cases on the board will be a long process.
सर ने अभी आपने बोला ना कि मतलब 0 से 6 रहेगा, वो एक बार पूरा बोल सकते
Right.
हैं?
0 to 6. Turn the page of your notes and verify. 0 to 6. This
Yes, sir.
friction is 6 Newton limiting.
Yes,
So
sir.
till I apply 6 Newton, all 3 blocks are at rest.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
6 to 9 Newton, all 3 are moving together.
Yes, sir.
9 to 11 Newton, A is sliding on B.
And B is not
BC
sliding
are
on
moving
C.
together.
Okay, sir.
Beyond 11 Newton, all 3 are sliding with different accelerations. A is sliding on B, B is sliding on C.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you.
I will give you 5 minutes. If you get this right, any damn problem in friction you will solve. This is not easy. Not everybody's cup of tea, 100%. Right? All 3 analysis you will have to go through. I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes. I'll keep all of you on mute. Please go through this analysis again. I will have a 10 minutes break and I will come. Mute all. go through all the cases right from the start. I have one more problem to solve. After that, I'll start new chapter. Somebody is drilling my happiness off. Continuously they're typing new chapter, circular motion, new chapter. आपको घाई किस चीज की है यार? You want me to leave these things and go ahead? There will be at least 50% of the students who can grasp this. Somewhere down the lane, it will be of help for you in Olympia. JE will not ask you a 3-block system. I'm okay with it. I know that. But please learn it. We are taking common acceleration and we are assuming we are taking common acceleration and we are finding out that the limiting friction should reach that value. For example, between B and C, first and the third equation, I took common acceleration E1. Right? I took common acceleration E1 and then I put the limiting value of F2. That means you are finding out the limiting value. When it reached F2, till then both were in common acceleration. Once it crosses the limiting value, they will not have the common acceleration. So you took common acceleration and you took the limiting value of F2. That means it reaches the limiting value of friction. And till this instant, these both were moving together. Genuinely right? And beyond 11, what happens? A is already sliding on B. B will also start sliding on C. Obviously, now 12 Newton you will disregard. Because when you took 12 Newton, you took limiting values at places which you were not supposed to. While finding out 12 Newton, you were finding out you took one place limiting value and you were finding out the friction at the other place. Right? Now, after knowing that beyond 9 Newton, for sure A is sliding on B, taking limiting value here makes sense. Yes, whenever you are finding out that these both are sliding on each other, you are taking the limiting value of friction here. If you already know that it is sliding on B by then put the limiting value of friction here. The last problem for friction. Think carefully and solve this. I am in no hurry. This is a string. This is B. Here you are applying a force of 120 Newton. Here you are applying a force of 100 Newton. Here mu is 0.3. Here mu is 0.9. Mass of this is 10 kg. Mass of this is 20 kg. Mass of B is 20 kg. Find tension in the string. Think carefully and solve the problem. String. Don't be in a hurry. Find the tension in the string. I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes. Answer is not 30 Newton. Answer is not 85 Newton. Neither of them. 40 Newton is correct.
Sir, what is the answer?
40 Newton.
40.
First analysis. Is the system moving? For the system to move, F net is 120 minus 100. This is 20 Newton. F limiting here for A.
90 Newton.
Limiting for A is 0.9 is 10 into G. This is 90 Newton. And F limiting for B is
16.
16 into 20 into G. This is 60 Newton. So
Yes, sir.
for sure, blocks are not moving. Net external force is only 20. Limiting is large. Blocks are at rest. Blocks are at rest. Now, what is the next condition? Okay, blocks are at rest. Shall I assume that limiting friction is only keeping the blocks at rest? Recollect the first thing when we dealt with force. Limiting friction
Yes.
first comes into picture.
Yes.
Maybe limiting friction is preventing the blocks from sliding, then tension is 0. Limiting friction on A, see the free body diagram. This is 120. This will be limiting friction on A. This is 90 Newton only. It cannot keep the block at rest. It needs the help of tension.
Yes.
You may feel maybe the tension is 0. If this limiting friction was greater than 120, A will not move at the first place. Tension will be 0. Friction itself is keeping the block at rest.
Yes, sir.
Now B, this F is 100. So 100% I have got T. So F limiting B was 60. So 100% you have got T. This 60 Newton will not be able to balance 100.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So now this is case 1. This is case 2. What was case 1? We verified if the blocks are at rest or moving. If they were moving, simplest problem ho jayega. If they were moving, F minus T minus limiting friction is MA into A.
Yes.
So it would be too
Minus friction minus 100 will be equal
Yes.
to MB into B.
Yes,
If they
sir.
were sliding, it will be a CET level problem. Right? Be able to see this part. Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, second case, what did you deal with? Maybe these both reached the limiting value.
Yes,
Maybe
sir.
these both reached the limiting value. So if the limiting friction here and here is surplus to prevent the blocks from sliding, tension would have been 0.
Zero. Yes, sir.
Now, both these cases are eliminated. I know I need tension for sure. And
Yes.
both blocks didn't reach the limiting value. So now, let me assume 10 kg block reached the limiting value first. Let me assume 10 kg block reached the limiting value first. Right? $20 kg, this is T, this is 100. I will calculate the frictional force there. I'll take it as F. I am assuming in this case that A reached the limiting value. 120 should be equal to T plus 90. T is how much? 30 Newton. Right? If T is
Yes.
30 Newton, put 30 here. 30
F
plus
will
F
F will
is
be
100.
70, not
F is,
70.
70.
but F limiting here is
60.
not possible.
Yes,
Out of 4 cases, I eliminated 3. What is the 4th case?
B.
The B block
Friction is
reached
40.
B block reaches limiting
first.
value.
It's just limiting value.
A and this will not reach the limiting value.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
This will
sir.
reach the limiting value first. I'm running short of space. Please solve the 4th case and tell me what is the answer for tension.
40 Newton.
Friction is hence an intelligent force. It cannot be dumb force like tension and normal forces.
Yeah.
Sir, external force is also a dump force, no?
External force we don't categorize as dumb or intelligent because वो उतना ही होता है जितना हम अप्लाई किया है.
Sir, it is also possible that in both blocks, the friction does not reach its limiting value, right? Though not in this problem.
Yeah, not in this one.
Yeah, you'll have to try multiple cases there.
Yeah.
यही case
Then
है.
it will be pure
But if
trial
it
and
doesn't,
error.
if it doesn't reach limiting value, we'll have two variables, right? So how will it be possible?
They will have to give you one of the situation. Tell you that this is at rest or this is sliding or something of that sort.
Okay.
Somebody is asking, explain case 4. Case 4 is a leftover case. Among all the cases, case 3 are written. What is the only leftover case is case 4. Think on what is the only leftover case.
Process भी तो same ही है.
Now this completes friction for me from my side.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Doubt till where has it been taken? HCV are we done with?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
HCV
There is
objectives
sir,
are
HCV done.
remaining.
Objectives
Other than
are
that, we are done.
Okay. And assignments, you have been given 2 assignments, right?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
assignment
Assignment
two, I
to
think
discuss.
friction
Assignment
assignment to
last
few
few
problems
questions
are
are
left.
remaining.
Last 15.
Of
Assignment 2.
Assignment 2.
Sir, the friction
Sir,
one.
taken doubts, right?
We had
Sir,
taken
you didn't take
Last
complete doubts of
Yes,
four,
assignment.
five
Other
questions
than
are
that,
remaining.
people have then they are left.
एक बच्चा हमारे को.
Sir, you didn't take the complete assignment to doubts. You need to take it from question 17. Passage questions.
fine. Assignment 2, few problems are left over. Jo bhi.
Yes, sir.
Booklet,
Exercise 2 onwards.
Exercise 2 and yesterday
And
RDP
exerise
sir
4
did,
problems were
discuss
discussed
about
already.
exercise 4.
So
Yes,
two are
sir.
done.
Exercise 4
four
problems were
there
discussed.
are-
Exercise for
for me, there are 5 to 6 problems which we need to discuss in the class, which RDP sir has discussed yesterday.
Yes,
Have
sir.
kept them
Yes,
in
sir.
mind.
He
Yes, sir.
Fine. So we need one doubt lecture for assignment 2 cup leftover doubts and exercise 2, 3, 4 ka doubts.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
And HCV objectives.
When HCV is objective. When can we keep this doubt lecture?
Sir, we can.
Sir,
Sir.
night class.
We still have
Night class, sir. Night
Sir,
class.
we
Need time to finish
Tuesday.
exercise 3.
Tuesday.
Monday, do we have a class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Tuesday.
Table नहीं आया अभी तक.
Timetable नहीं आया है.
No, but we
Whenever
always
is
have.
the next
usually
lecture, that
Mondays
next
we just-
lecture, can we take the doubts?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll have a
Next
doubt
lecture
lecture
will-
with some other sir.
Yes, sir. Monday को शायद
Then it's a
RDP
doubt
sir
lecture.
के Monday.
So Mondays they put the other teacher's name.
Monday, please, by Monday, please complete it. Keep the faculty informed that booklet doubts need to be taken. If booklet doubts are over, we save lot of time. Assignment 2 doubts and HCV objectives I'll take and we will continue.
Sir,
Yes,
exercise
okay,
4
sir.
problems were discussed by RDP.
Yes.
Pardon?
The exercise 4 doubts were discussed in the previous doubt lecture.
One doubt,
Alright,
those
then
were just
leftover
problems.
exercise 2 and 3 will be easier only, they will not be difficult. Right? Whatever it is, Monday, if you have a separate doubt lecture, try to finish it off on Monday.
Okay.
So that we save time.
Yes.
From Tuesday, will we start a new chapter?
No, right now you have a problem.
From right.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir, not at all.
Gulam, but
नहीं sir, नहीं.
Also, you can.
sir, please don't send assignment of the new chapter. To preparation.
Now listen, circular motion is a very small chapter. Right? Circular
Okay.
motion is a very
Small.
Small chapter.
Small jump.
homework will walk into your life very
Is
Quick.
fast.
Soon.
Right? Thanks, bolo. सुनने की मन कर
Thank
रहा है।
you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Sir, one doubt in this question. Sir, why cannot be T greater than 40 Newton?
Why cannot? Then it will
जरूरत नहीं है ना.
block close by.
Blocks will move in.
Sir, also,
टेंशन अंदर खींचने लगेगा फिर.
sir, for the friction on B, how did we decide on the direction?
Put the direction on the other side. The equations will not match. The values will not match.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
सर सर्कुलर का फर्स्ट असाइनमेंट कब आएगा?
आज ही आ जाएगा.
क्या जल्दी है?
Think of the devil and it's here. Right. Circular motion में 1 घंटे के अंदर हम assignment दे सकते हैं.
अच्छा.
Relax. Right. I'll keep you people comfortable. Don't worry. My job is not to make you people pressurize. My job is to make sure that you learn. So
Yes.
don't worry. ऐसा नहीं कि सर्कुलर मोशन के असाइनमेंट आज ही भेज दूंगा. चिंता मत करो.
Sir, this is an important chapter.
Yeah, circular motion is a separate chapter. It is not a part of friction, though much of friction is used. The first part will be theory for the sake of theory. Right? Something which is very well related to your HSC syllabus as well, derivations.
Yeah.
For any particle to go in a circular track, we need a force which provides the required centripetal force.
Yes.
You people have learned, listen to me. Centrifugal force आप लोगों को introduce कर दिया स्कूल में, specifically
Yes.
ICSE students.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Centrifugal is a non-existing force. जब तक मैं ये
Yes.
chapter ending तक नहीं आऊंगा, do not use the word centrifugal force. It's wrong. It is a pseudo force, a non-existing force.
Yes, sir.
Right. तो फिर schools में first centrifugal force introduce कर दिया इन लोगों ने without centripetal force. I was actually shocked to see your ICSE textbook. That is a blunder. Centrifugal
सर दोनों सेम
force.
पेज पर इंट्रोड्यूस किया हुआ है.
Pardon?
सर सेंट्रीपिटल सेंट्रीफ्यूगल दोनों एक ही पेज पे इंट्रोड्यूस किया हुआ है.
हाँ, centrifugal will come at the end of the chapter. तब तक बीच में अगर कोई टोक के centrifugal बोला, I'll hang you upside down.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
क्या
Now
बोले?
listen.
सर आज तक कोई उल्टा लटका है आपके लिए?
Concentrate. Every particle continues in a state of rest or a uniform state of motion unless compelled by an external force. Consider this situation. This is a ring, there is a body. This is a top view. You are seeing something on the table.
Yes.
You give a velocity to this. If the string didn't exist, the particle would have gone straight. This is the rod, this is the string and mass. If the string didn't exist, if I give velocity, the particle will go straight. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The string, the particle will take a turn.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So it is this force which makes the particle go about in a circular track. That force which makes the particle go in a circular track is given a name called centripetal force. It may be gravitational force. It may be electrostatic force. आपको केमिस्ट्री में बोर्स एटॉमिक मॉडल में बताया गया है K Q1 Q2 by R square is mv
Q2
square
upon
by
R
R.
square.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Expressions will be derived. Right? Firstly, I'll keep whole of the theory and the concept beside and I'll derive this mathematically. Consider a particle going in a circular track. Few parameters that you need to understand. This angle will be theta. Theta is called angular displacement measured in radians. omega will be d theta by dt. Omega will be defined as angular velocity measured in radians per second. Quite a few times in your books, they will give RPM, revolutions per minute. Convert this into radians per second. Multiply this with 2 pi by 60. You will get it in radians per second. One revolution is 2 pi radians, right?
Yes,
Why
sir.
do I make you people memorize? You do it. One revolution is 2 pi radians. So whenever something is given as RPM, multiply that with 2 pi by 60 to get radians per second. There is a third parameter called alpha. This is d omega by dt. This is called angular acceleration. Alpha will be also written as d2 theta by dt square, radians per second square. Alpha is d omega by dt, d2 theta by dt square. Few equations which you are well versed with. Omega is omega naught plus alpha t. It is a replica term.
Yes, sir. V equal to
X is equal to u plus 80.
Omega square
Omega
is
square
naught
is equal to
square
omega
plus
naught.
2 alpha theta.
V square equal U
D
square.
square is equal to u
Theta is equal to omega naught t plus half alpha t square.
alpha t square.
H is equal to U plus
I say ut plus half it is.
Right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Is angular velocity. If I take this to be d theta, if I take this to be d theta by dt will be omega. First take it down till here.
Sir, I didn't understand what does omega naught mean here.
Omega naught is the initial angular velocity.
Okay, sir.
So omega can be changing.
Sir, can you please explain these formulas again?
Omega is omega naught plus alpha t. Replica from v equal to u plus 80. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Linear acceleration replaced with angular acceleration. Linear displacement replaced with angular displacement. SC is equal to ut plus half at square. Omega naught t plus half alpha t square.
Thank you, sir.
So this is for constant angular acceleration, right?
Yeah, this is for constant angular acceleration. If not, none of this formula will be applicable.
Done, sir.
No, sir. Danger.
Sir, I have a doubt. Sir, what was the condition for these three formulas?
Alpha should be constant.
Okay, sir.
Alpha is constant. Just as V equal to U plus AT, ST equal to UT plus half AT square, V square is equal to U square plus 2A, all of these formulae, A should be constant.
Okay, sir.
Sir, so we will deal like if A is not constant, we will deal the same way as we did in kinematics.
Calculus.
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
Done, sir. Yeah, sir. Done.
So what do you mean by angular acceleration, like visualization? I'm not getting.
Omega is increasing. Now listen, I'm moving with uniform angular velocity. Every time I complete a turn, I take the same time.
Yeah.
Suppose I keep moving faster,
Okay.
alpha does exist, omega is increasing,
So when the velocity of the rotating object increases, then there is
and omega increases.
angular velocity.
Velocity, it could be even linear velocity.
Yes.
Omega. Okay.
Omega increases, you have angular acceleration. Time taken for one complete revolution is called time period. Make a note of it. Capital T. Time taken for one complete revolution is capital T. 2 pi by omega. Since T is omega is theta by time. T is theta by omega. Time taken for one complete revolution is theta will be 2 pi for one complete revolution.
Yes.
So you write this as omega is 2 pi by t. 1 by time period is defined as frequency. Number of oscillations per second. Number of oscillations per second is frequency. 1 by time period. Omega can be written as 2 pi n. Very elementary things which you people I assume know by now. Omega is 2 pi by t.
Yes, sir.
Omega is 2 pi n is frequency, t is time period. But yet make a note of it.
Done, sir.
Sir, please.
So one.
Done, sir.
No, listen. For any particle to go in a circular track, there should be a force which provides the required centripetal force. Any particle to go in a circular track, there should be a force. And if there is a centripetal force, it will go in a circular track. Both vice versa statements.
Yes.
Mathematical, मुझे visualization नहीं हो रहा है. First mathematically prove them. Then we'll visualize. Fair enough?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a circular track. This is R. This is theta. I will call this ER and ET. ER is the unit vector along the radial direction. ET is the unit vector along tangential direction. ER is
Radial vector.
Unit vector along
unit vector along radial direction. And ET is
unit vector
Along tangential direction.
1 cos theta I cap, 1 sin theta j cap. ER. Will this be theta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ET. If this is theta, this will be theta. ET sin theta minus I cap plus cos theta j cap. So far, so good. Yes or no? ET, when I resolve in this direction, it is sin theta minus I cap cos theta. 1 cos theta, 1 sin theta. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, you told me velocity is dr by dt. When did we learn this?
Kinematic.
When we were born.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
dr by dt. d by dt of magnitude and direction.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
R is the magnitude. ER is the direction. This vector constitutes magnitude and direction. Right? R d by dt of what is ER? Cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Looks good. R. Differentiation of cos theta.
Minus
Minus
sin theta.
sin
Sin
theta into d theta by dt. Plus cos theta into d theta by dt j cap.
Yes, sir.
R. What is d theta by dt?
Omega.
Omega.
Minus sin theta I cap plus cos theta j cap.
ET.
ET.
क्या बोल रहे हो यार? Radial vector you took along the radial direction, and when you differentiate, you will get velocity only along.
tangential.
Direction.
Look at the beauty in it. If this is R, velocity will be in this direction. This is circular motion. आपने radial direction पर लिया है radius and differentiated. You are getting velocity along the tangential direction. You mean to say circular motion may always particle will have only tangential velocity. You are right. Maximum, its omega may be changing. Omega may be increasing. If omega is increasing, it has got alpha. But tangential velocity, the only velocity particle will have in circular motion. V is R omega. V is R omega. V is R omega. V is R omega. Particle will have velocity only along the tangential direction. It will not have a velocity along the radial direction. Circular motion में particle will have velocity only along the tangential direction. तो acceleration का क्या हाल है भाई साहब? अब वेलोसिटी डिफरेंशिएट करोगे तो एक्सेलरेशन आना है.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is it also going to give you a surprise? It will give you a double surprise. Take it down till here and derive acceleration.
So this is the proof of what we've been told as a statement.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sir, could you explain the initial part before you have started the differentiation? Above that, sir.
R is the vector, magnitude and direction. R is the vector, magnitude and direction.
Okay, sir.
Can I rub the board?
No,
Sir,
sir.
I have a
Yes,
doubt.
sir.
Sir, regarding that the W you got in the second last step. Sir, you
Omega,
got
not W.
W nahi hai.
omega, sir.
Omega, angular velocity.
Sir, you got it by differentiation of theta, right? Sir?
Right. D theta by dt is omega.
Okay, sir. So, sir, your theta and trigonometric function are differentiated differently.
Yeah.
Sir, your
थीटा इज वेरिंग ना,
चेन रूल लगा है।
थीटा वेरी हो रहा है तो फिर करना ही पड़ेगा।
okay, sir.
Can I have the board?
Yes.
Now, if I differentiate velocity, I should get acceleration. What is velocity according to you? Velocity is r
R omega t cap.
et. R omega
ET.
et. Could you tell me the value?
सर माइनस साइन थीटा
Minus sin theta I cap plus cos theta j cap.
This is velocity, right? dv by dt will be, r is a constant, I'll keep it out. Omega into this is u into v. I keep omega as it is and I differentiate this. Sin theta will become cos theta.
Minus cos theta.
Right?
Minus
Cos
sin
theta will
Minus
become
sin theta.
minus sin theta j cap into d theta by dt, which I made it omega.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I skipped one step. I should have d theta by dt here, which I made it omega square. Plus, keep this as it is. This is et into d omega by dt. Keep this as it is. This is et, right? Into d omega by dt. U into v differentiation. Did you all understand this?
Yes, sir. Product.
R omega square minus ER. Do you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
R omega square, what is this? This is ER with a negative sign.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Plus R d omega by dt is alpha.
Alpha.
You mean to say you will have, if there is a particle going in a circular track, R omega square will be acting inwards. Kyun bhai sahab? Because this is ER, minus ER will be inwards. ET will be, R alpha will be acting tangential. And you got this by differentiating
Yes.
velocity, which is along tangential direction. This force is popularly called as centripetal force.
Yes.
Is m omega square r. Now, V is equal to r omega. You already derived this. So you can write centripetal force as m
MV square by R.
square by r square into r. This will become mv
MV
square
squared
by
by
r.
Yes.
This is what you people have been using in in Bohr's atomic model.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That provides the required centripetal force, electrostatic attraction. Either it is m omega square r or mv square by r, both mean the same. Cheating कर रहे हो यार. आपको acceleration दो directions में आया. This one and this one. You are giving more importance to this and less importance to this. Listen, I can have circular motion without this as well. I can have circular motion without this, but I cannot have circular motion without this. Centripetal force के बिना circular motion होगा ही नहीं. Without this, how will you have? I can put alpha is 0. If alpha is 0, it is uniform angular velocity, right?
Yes.
So uniformly.
Have tangential acceleration to be 0, and yet particle is going in a circular track. But without centripetal acceleration, there is no circular motion at all. For uniform circular motion, omega is constant, implies alpha is 0. That implies tangential acceleration is 0. Net acceleration is the direction in which the particle will go. Technically, AR plus AT square is the net acceleration of the particle. AR plus AT square. Your microphone is not working. Please check your connection or use a different mic. Hey, सुनाई दे रहा है कि नहीं?
सर बिल्कुल सुनाई दे रहा है, पता नहीं
हाँ,
क्यों
सर, अच्छे से सुनाई
स्पैमर
दे रहा
होगा।
है।
हाँ सर
Listen, A is root over of AR square plus AT square, centripetal tangential acceleration. I can have a system where tangential acceleration is 0. Then acceleration is only towards the center. But without centripetal acceleration, there is no circular motion at all. For Earth to go around the sun, somebody should provide centripetal acceleration. Who is providing?
sun, gravitational force of the
Moon to go around Earth, somebody should provide centripetal acceleration.
gravity.
Pull on moon.
For electrons to go around the nucleus, somebody should provide
Electrostatic force of the nucleus.
electrostatic force of attraction. Electrostatic force of attraction. For the bob to go in a circular track, it is going in a circular track.
Tension.
Who is providing
Yes, sir.
the
Tension.
centripetal force?
Tension.
Tension minus mg provides the required centripetal force towards the center of the circular track. Tension minus mg. Tension is in the upward direction, mg is in the downward direction. Tension minus mg will provide the required centripetal force. जहां पर भी I have a force which provides the centripetal force, the particle can go in a circular track. Mind my language. I am saying particle can go. Must go नहीं बोल रहा हूं मैं. Tomorrow, if one of you is a Superman, you can fly down to the moon and stop the moon for a second. It will start accelerating towards the Earth, towards the center of the Earth. Now it is going in a circular track because it has already got some velocity. It will continue to move in the circular track. The moment you stop Earth or moon for a second, Earth you stop for a second, it will start accelerating straight into the sun. Moon you stop for a second, it will start straight accelerating towards the center of the Earth.
सर एक सेकंड रोक के फिर से चला दिया मून को तो चलते रहेगा ना.
तो थोड़ा पास आ गया एक सेकंड में, तो वहां से फिर से नया वेलोसिटी देना पड़ेगा आपको, नया ऑर्बिट में सेट हो जाएगा.
सर रोकना आर अल्फा के डायरेक्शन में ही है ना, सेंट्रीपिटल रोकने की जरूरत नहीं है ना.
Bring it to rest. Omega or b should become 0. This b should become 0.
Okay.
It will start accelerating towards the center.
So whenever there's circular motion, there's radial acceleration.
There is radial acceleration called centripetal acceleration. Without centripetal acceleration, there is no circular motion at all.
And so angular acceleration and tangential acceleration are the same thing.
They are not the same. They are related by alpha. AT is R alpha. AT is R alpha. Where did I write this? AT is R alpha. Tangential acceleration is R alpha. Centripetal acceleration is R omega square. Take it down till here. I'll show you a demonstration.
So can you just adjust the
One
screen?
second, wait a minute.
Sir, I had a question. Sir, now that
You
you
had a question is past tense.
Sir, I have a
You will
question.
not
I have
clear
a
the
question.
doubt now.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay.
Sir, the moon revolves on the earth because of the gravitational force because Earth has much larger mass than Moon. But sir, what about two heavenly bodies having same mass?
For your
Center of
information,
mass आएगा.
relax,
Center.
relax. His doubt has lot of in-depth in it. For your information, statement moon going around the earth is also wrong. Moon and earth are going around their
Center
common
of
center of
mass.
mass.
Yes, sir.
इसके लिए मुझे सेंटर ऑफ मास डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा एंड ग्रेविटेशन चैप्टर तक जाना पड़ेगा, तब तक आपको ये
सर
doubt-
मास से तो फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता ना, gm/r² होता है, तो मास का तो फैक्टर है ही नहीं।
थांबा, I'll come there, I'll explain that. Now one
सर हम लोग
second.
को केमिस्ट्री में बताया था थोड़ा सा सेंटर ऑफ मास.
Okay, relax, relax, relax. एक मिनट रुको.
वाह सर.
Listen, there is water inside this, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If I turn the bottle upside down, पानी गिरना.
Yes.
गिरेगा?
हाँ.
इसका ढक्कन मैंने नहीं लगाया, चीटिंग नहीं कर रहा हूँ.
ठीक है.
ढक्कन नहीं है,
हाँ,
दिख
सर.
रहा है?
हाँ सर, दिख रहा है सर.
हाँ.
Centrifugal force.
अब ये खींच के थप्पड़ मारो इसे, क्या बोला था मैंने?
निकालो
starting
इसको.
में?
अरे इसको
निकालो सर इसको.
नाम क्या है इसका?
सर.
सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स है ही नहीं. पानी है बॉटल के अंदर,
हाँ सर.
Yes, sir.
सर.
ढक्कन है ही नहीं.
नहीं सर.
पानी नहीं गिर रहा है.
हाँ सर नहीं.
हाँ सर, मैजिक.
बढ़िया
सर.
What provides the centripetal force for the water to go in a circular track? The normal force
Normal.
between the surface and the water.
Yes.
ऐसा कैसा बता पा रहे हो कॉन्फिडेंटली कि नॉर्मल फोर्स ही है? Take a pin, prick a hole here.
Yes.
Take a pin, make a hole here, and then you rotate. Let's see water spilling all throughout from that hole.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes sir.
If the bottle is full.
हाँ सर, अगर बॉटल ब्रिम तक भरा हुआ है एकदम ऊपर तक, तब तो गिरेगा ही ना पानी.
वो डिपेंड करता है.
Right. So pin a hole and do the rotation. Now you will see water going all throughout, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the normal force between the water and the surface is the key factor for providing the required centripetal
Centripetal.
force.
Centripetal force.
Pinning a hole, जब आप घर में demonstrate कर रहे हो, don't take my name, right?
Okay.
Yes.
जरूर जरूर.
सर पूरा घर गिला.
आएगा, you will be made to clean. Your mom will beat you up. मेरा नाम मत ले.
Yes,
हाँ सर,
yes,
ठीक
sir.
नहीं लेंगे.
राइट. फिर जाकर बोलोगे एसीपी सर ने करने के लिए बोला है, वाटर बॉटल में छेद करने के लिए बोला है, कुछ भी बोलोगे. और ये सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स का बंदा को पकड़ो, कहाँ पर है?
हाँ सर, पकड़ो.
सर
हाँ
उसको
सर गाय गाय.
नाम क्या है उसका?
Sir, doubt.
हाँ बोलो.
Sir, when the bottle is at its topmost point, sir, then the centripetal force will provided by gravity, right?
Normal force plus mg both provide the centripetal force.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Only mg will not be sufficient. Stop the bottle and see.
This side will fall down.
Yes.
Make a note of this.
सर बॉटल का ढक्कन का कितना सरफेस मतलब कितना एरिया है उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता ना, इसको बाल्टी से भी कर सकते हैं ना?
बस हाथ पर पकड़ने के लिए ग्रिप होना चाहिए, बाल्टी से भी
हाँ,
कर
सर।
सकते हो, मगर बाल्टी का हैंडल ठीक होना चाहिए। Bottle, generally prefer a bottle with a thin nozzle so that you can catch hold with 2 fingers and rotate. Here, holding
Yes.
the bottle is not easy. You have to hold it this way.
ओके सर।
Bottle is upside down, then how is the normal force acting?
When the bottle is upside down, normal force always is perpendicular to the water surface.
Yes.
All throughout, normal force will be perpendicular to the water.
So, but when it's upside down, तब normal force नीचे आएगा ना?
Downwards रहेगा. Towards the
हाँ,
center of the
अरे गिर क्यों नहीं रहा है?
एक
when
सेकंड
you
के लिए बहुत
invert it-
मिली सेकंड्स के लिए रहेगा ना, उतने
So
में
when you
थोड़ी ना गिरेगा।
inverted mg will act downwards
Let
and
me clear it out. Till when you have a velocity, see, stop moon for a moment. It will start accelerating towards the center of the. Stop this at the top. It will start accelerating towards the water will start falling. Till when velocity is there. Till when velocity is there, mv square by r, it will be in a circular track.
Sir, then if we want the moon to shoot in the tangential direction, what should we do?
I should give additional velocity.
पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट ऑफ वेलोसिटी पे एक बार पे निकल जाएगा।
That is called escape velocity. The
Escape velocity.
which I should
Yes.
give so that it escapes from Earth's gravity.
सर और अगर हमने मून को रोक दिया तो अर्थ को राइट लेफ्ट घसकाने लगे तो साथ में मून भी इधर उधर होते रहेगा ना?
Moon को रोक दिया तो both Earth and Moon will accelerate towards each other.
ओके
Sir, he is saying if we stop the moon and move the earth towards any of the direction away from the moon.
Yep,
The
towards
center
the
of
direction
system
of
will
Earth
change
बोला
in
ना।
wave. Bottom line in today's class, I want you people to realize two important things. Velocity of a particle in circular track will be only along the tangential direction. How much will that be?
R omega.
R alpha.
R omega.
R omega.
Don't forget. R
Can you
omega.
repeat?
Velocity of a particle in circular motion will be only along tangential direction. How much will that be? R omega.
R omega.
Right? Second, acceleration of the particle going in a circular track will have two components. One is centripetal, other is tangential. Centripetal is must. M omega square R or mv square by R is a must. Tangential is optional. I can have, I need not. If I have tangential acceleration, particle's angular velocity is increasing. Particle's angular velocity is increasing because alpha is there, omega is increasing. But if I don't have any tangential velocity, if I don't have any tangential acceleration, I will have uniform angular velocity, omega will remain constant. These 3 points you should remember. Will you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
yes, sir.
I need to rub this board.
1 minute, sir.
No, let us not rush through. It's okay. Keep this still here.
Sir, so I have a doubt. It's regarding a movie. So in Interstellar, they created a similar effect like gravity by rotating the spaceship around its own axis. So is that really possible?
Possible? Why not?
Inertial.
So can you move to the right? I was copying. Yeah, thank you.
सर मुझे तो इंटरस्टेलर
An
बिल्कुल समझ
external
नहीं
force. Let that space shuttle collide with anything, it will start revolving. You saw the movie Gravity?
No,
Yes, sir.
Gravity is a very well made movie. Have a look at it.
Okay, sir.
सर सारी मूवीज इंग्लिश में होती है ना तो समझ में तो आप ऐसे याद है नहीं आता तो
Sir, gravity बहुत inaccurate था.
Gravity is a very well made movie. Take you up.
सर बोल रहा है तो सही होगा.
So, but in
Don't forget
Interstellar,
this information when you come to the next class. In the next class, I will have to build on this. Today, I have dealt only with the theoretical part of it, the derivations, which will be of help for you even for your HSC syllabus.
so is it really possible to matlab, make an effect like gravity?
You mean in a lab?
No, sir. It's in the space station only. Like how it happened in Interstellar.
For gravity, you need a very heavy mass, right?
You are creating normal force, not gravity.
It just gives you an effect
But I
of
think he's
gravity.
talking about rotating to cause a pseudo force that pushes you against the walls.
अच्छा किसी को इंटरटेनर समझ में नहीं आई थी मतलब
That effect is different. There you will be made to feel a normal force equal to that of mg. So you will feel your gravitational force is the same. Or rather, you will not experience weightlessness. That's a different paradigm, but you will come close to that concept in the chapter gravitation. My requirement is centripetal and tangential acceleration values. Don't forget when you come to the next class. Is this
Yes,
clear?
sir. Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Wish
sir.
you
Thank
all
you,
a
sir.
happy weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Weekend has gone.
Bye, sir.
Happy Gandhi Jayanti and happy Lal Bahadur Shastri Jayanti.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Same to you.
जी जाएंगे आगे.
Yes, sir.
Class reach